This episode of The Read Option is brought to you by Focal Smart Pass and Sun Oil Bahamas. Download and activate the Focal Smart Pass app and spend $20 in fuel at any Shell service station between December 1st, and you only got a few days left. This promotion ends December 22nd, so get rolling. You enter for your chance to win tickets to the Sunday, January 7th matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Now, this prize package includes tickets, airfare, ground transportation, and accommodations for two at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida. So, with just a few days to win, fill up now, fill up fast, get your chance to see our Dolphins.
There's a pause in there somewhere.
Why?
Fill up.
We're talking about a gas company.
You gassing, filling people up.
Yeah, that's what we should do. I mean, they pay us to get people to do it, so.
You win that one.
Thank you. So, you know the rules for the read option. We got 5 games that we go over. We will give you our picks. We will give you our expert analysis. We will discuss the lines and try to make you some money so you can go ahead and fill up at Shell, have your chance to win. Because what is a season without seeing this Dolphin offense at least one? You got to see it once in person. Not Kari, though.
You take the word out of my mouth.
Not Kari.
Stay out.
So, yeah, so like me, maybe, you can go watch the Dolphins for entertainment, but not him because we saw how that works.
Can I say for the record, I feel like I'm the reason y'all won last week?
I appreciate you.
I was optimistic. I on purpose like, good luck today, guys. Even Kyrie was like, we'll see what happens any given Sunday. I was like, no, y'all got it. And y'all beat the dog mess out of them.
You know what? I'm speaking to him and John with this specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I need them to man up.
No.
Because they're always so
I'm
scared.
Quiet before, but no.
Yeah.
What you need is for us to continue. And me and John saw it in that game. We were like, oh, we got a good thing going. This is like a tag team champions of the world kind of situation. So we will continue doing what we're doing. And if I pick this game, you will see my take.
All right.
What if I'm your good luck charm? What then?
Yeah, keep going.
All right, I will.
Everything should remain as it is.
Everything as is?
Yes.
All right. So let's get to game number 1. We will start on Christmas Eve. Buffalo Bills versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Bills favored by 12. This is the biggest line of the week.
Shocking.
Because the last time everyone saw the Chargers, they got embarrassed. Brandon Staley was probably hanging on 3 games longer than he should have been. What do we think? Because the Chargers look like a team that quit on their coach, but that coach is gone now. Mm-hmm. But so is the quarterback. So is this... My first thought on this was, 12. We just saw the Bills destroy the Cowboys. We just saw the Chargers take the worst beating since the Dolphins beat the Broncos. But what do we think about this game?
I'll be honest. I think this is proving grounds for Josh Allen. I think he got to play on. Like, he has to prove himself now. Can you play under pressure? Can you play when, even though y'all are favored to win the game, you can't. This can't be a close game.
Because
you have to blow them out.
Because that's an interesting take. Because I feel like blowout is fine
for you, maybe.
Oh, yeah, love what you love. But I feel like Josh Allen, right? For this entire season, I feel like the Bills have gone from the hunted to now being the hunters.
Right. Because
people didn't expect much of them once their record dipped to that 500 range. So it's like, do we start heaping dirt on the Bills' grave? Are they done? But now, with what happened with the Dolphins against Tennessee, and now Buffalo winning their last 2 games against really good competition, especially the fashion that they beat the Cowboys in. Now you got everybody questioning, are the Bills the best team in the AFC? So kind of back to being the hunted. They're in a weird space now where people still have them as favorites, but they're chasing the Dolphins and they have them in their sights.
All right. Can I go right now?
That's how the podcast works.
Bills by $1 billion. Bills by $1 billion. I'll be honest. I picked up the Buffalo Bills defense in fantasy. I am in my fantasy semifinal.
I lost.
Versus a Bills fan. I used my waiver claim for the Bills defense going up against this Chargers team. It's destined for Miami, Buffalo, the game that you should be, in the sweepstakes for to go to, for them to decide who wins the AFC East. That's just destined to happen. Bills are going to crush them. Put every bet you have, make it on Josh Allen. Make it on Buffalo. Josh Allen in a dome. Why the Bills aren't even better is because Josh Allen doesn't play in a dome at home. Josh Allen in a dome, that's it. It's ridiculous.
I just can't see. Again, I don't doubt they're going to win. I know they're going to win. But I'm worried about how they're going to win. I feel like they have to stay behind.
Can I convince you by telling you the name of the Chargers starting quarterback?
Go.
Easton Stick.
Boy, I know. It's a good name.
Good name.
The only name better than that is Brandon Brady.
Yeah.
That's a superhero.
And here's the thing, right? Okay, so I'm not picking the Chargers to win this game.
Eastern Stick?
Easton.
Eastern Stick?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
There's no way you're picking them to cover.
A better baseball player name, though. I am picking them to cover, and here's why.
That's ridiculous.
Here's why. They are going to
Bills by $1
have
billion.
they're going to have the new coach bump. So whenever you are playing for a head coach that you hate, and that man is kicked out of the building,
And they hate him, bro.
and they hated Brandon
hate
Staley
that
to the
man.
end, and he is kicked out of the building, that team plays with a renewed vigor just to, I mean, we can't use certain language on the sponsored pod,
Yeah,
but,
yeah, but-
they want to deliver a message.
Yeah, but
to
that
the coach
is,
that just got kicked
is
out
this
of the door.
new interim coach a former defensive player who is black and bald?
But it doesn't. It almost doesn't matter who it is. You know what it's like is after a woman has gone through a terrible relationship, and
There
you
we
don't
go.
have to be
There
you
we
don't
go.
have to be great.
Mark
You just
timestamp. That took
No market.
4
Let's go.
minutes. Yeah.
you just have to be not that guy.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So whoever interim head coach is,
You know what it is?
you just don't have to be Brandon Staley, and
You know
that's
what-
it.
You like when you do something that's like a base human polite interaction
No,
for like for a woman, and you open up a door for her. She's like, "Oh my god, okay." You're like, "Oh, this all it takes?" Oh my god, you about to? Yeah,
you ask him. I know what it's like.
you don't open doors for women.
Game number 2, and I feel like this is going to be
Scans.
the Bahamian Civil War. Christmas Eve is going to be something special in this country. I don't think, other than the kids that are going to be asleep early because they are dreaming of what's going to happen the next morning,
You can tell you have kids.
the rest of the Bahamian public is going to be losing their minds because the Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins are playing perhaps the most important game of the season for both of these franchises. I imagine that people will line the streets if they ain't in the shacks. I imagine action in the shacks will be stopping just
Beloved.
periodically.
Beloved, they have TVs in the shacks. They don't
This-
miss no games.
This is
You're telling me
Cowboys.
no real junk.
This is Cowboys
Telling
Dolphins.
you no real junk.
You can tell, you know.
What he's put on.
Say they in the shacks. So what? They in the shacks watching them games, bro.
I mean, they also trying not to get Jeff because it's hours away from Bay. Like, let's be serious.
That's fair. That's fair.
This is Cowboys Dolphins though, and this is a 1.5 point line. Dolphins favored by 1.5, and I feel like that's just them being home.
Can we discuss how like this is the biggest rivalry and it's not Dolphins versus like Buccaneers or Dolphins versus like, you know what I mean? Like you would think it'd be like the battle for Miami, but it's like no. Like there's a whole section of Bahamians who grew up and like no America's team. That's my team. Like that Troy Aikman generation.
Yeah.
Like, and they raised their kids, and now these kids are like, no, but Cowboys for life. Like, it's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the same thing for y'all, because y'all Dolphins fans, because
Yeah.
of the old man. I feel like this could be. I feel like y'all got this. Knock on wood. I feel like y'all could beat the dog mess out of the Cowboys. I'm not saying that to like gas and me being like the lucky charm for y'all, but like I feel like Dak could fold.
Okay, can I do my,
gotta fold.
my me and John thing now?
Go.
All right, so Dolphins only favored by 1.5. You get 3 points for just being at home. So being favored by 1.5 is Vegas telling the bettors that they believe the Cowboys are going to win the game.
Yeah.
So because that's what the line means, right? The Dolphins, every time they've lost to a winning team, it's when that winning team is coming off a loss. So they lost to the Eagles when the Eagles lost to the Jets. They lost to the Chiefs after the Chiefs dropped the Broncos. Actually, the Bills are the one. Bills by $1 billion. Bills are the one who that didn't happen with. Cowboys coming off a big loss. The Dolphins' entire O-line did not practice today. The entire offensive line did not practice
Why not?
today. That because they're all injured.
Oh, Jesus.
So that doesn't happen. Usually doesn't happen. Tyreek Hill didn't practice today. That's another part of it. So because you don't know who the Dolphins are going to scratch, because Mike McDaniel is very conservative in how he deals with injuries. That being said, I do still think that this is going to be a close game. Dallas does not play well when they're on the road, so who knows what's going to happen. As a Dolphin fan, I need to see them do this against someone. Are we picking the game, or are we just talking about it? Are we?
No, we picking the games.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah,
the
because I
full-called
said
smart
Bills
pass.
by $1 billion.
5 picks.
Okay.
I feel like Dolphins got it, but let me ask you all a question as Dolphin fans. Is Tyreek Hill y'all Kelsey? Because we're watching like the Chiefs right now kind of flounder those first 2 or 3 games without Kelsey. Is Tyreek Hill y'all Kelsey the way if he's not in the game, is it problematic for y'all, or do you think y'all will figure it out? Do you think Josh McDaniels?
We had a whole discussion about this in the car.
Yeah.
I don't think he's our Kelsey? Because Kelsey played last game, right?
No, I'm talking like remember the first 2 or 3
Yeah, he
games?
just mean that the Chiefs looked really out of sync without him there early to
that-
start.
Right,
yes,
that's what I mean.
So that's kind of like what the Dolphins looked like when Tyreek got hurt against Tennessee.
Yeah. Okay.
So do you think y'all do as well or even win the game without him if he can't play? God forbid.
Not in big games. I think like we could get away without Tyreek versus the Jets.
Okay.
Versus the Cowboys, that's a little more firepower, and they coming off a loss. They really are gonna try. I don't think we get past them without Tyreek. Honestly,
You know what? So the one thing that is going to emerge from this game, no matter who wins, is someone is going to get the shed the they only beat bad teams moniker.
Yeah.
Cowboys did that though. They beat the Eagles.
I guess, but the Eagles riding that 3-game losing
I was about to
streak,
say,
people looking
even
at them kind of funny though.
This has been a humbling year.
Yeah.
For a lot of big
Humble.
teams, man.
People look
Chiefs get humbled, Eagles got humbled, like yeah.
because people was looking at that 10-1 kind of hollow, and then they lost 3 games in a row. The third one being to Seattle, so it's like,
Which is what?
Magical.
yeah. So
Good.
so like someone is going to have that. They're going to have this legitimate win, and I think that someone is going to be the Dolphins. I'm picking the Dolphins to win this game.
I pick the Dolphins.
I do think the Dolphins are going to cover. I mean, 1.5. I feel like that line should be bumped up.
Yeah.
I mean, but you could win by one. You could win by one.
by one.
This is bet
Shouts
in
to
a
Tennessee.
very frustrating manner. Trust
And
me
we
on
are
that.
wearing the teal tops.
Oh, the throwback unis.
Throwback
Look, man,
unis.
I love the energy that Tua has right now. Tua is legitimately up in these press conferences talking his stuff, saying, I don't care what any of you think. Like, I am going to do this job. I'm going to do it well. I don't care how much mistakes I make. None of what you think is as important as what the people in the locker room think. I am so happy to see him doing that and to be able to fretting about what his public image is.
Can I make an observation? Weirdly enough and ironically enough, this is the most quiet I've seen Dolphin fans. And y'all are winning.
Yeah.
Y'all are doing well. But y'all, like they're doing the Kyrie and John maneuver of like,
'Cause
"Oh,
we
shut-
know."
Shut up. Everyone shut up.
We know. We know.
Christmas Day.
All my Dolphins boys are so quiet right now.
We
no one's
know.
talking.
Andrew, they will not be quiet if they win this game against Dallas. I can tell you
No,
that
no,
right
no, no,
now.
no.
Whoever wins this game,
Nah. We will.
whoever wins
Baltimore
this
is
game,
next week.
doesn't matter. It's because of the fan base and who you playing though.
Be more,
It's-
be less.
It's getting at those people. It ain't so much about beating the Cowboys. Because you think about our Cowboys friends. It's about beating them.
Facts.
I am going to
Facts.
watch this. This is
Big
probably
facts.
the only game I'm going to watch in public.
So we was watching the game last week with Mario, the Bills Cowboys game. Mario was talking trash to us when they was losing by like 3 touchdowns. It's like this doesn't even make sense.
But that's why
That's silly.
But that's what this game is, though. Because
don't you
it
focus
don't
on
matter.
it?
It don't matter us losing right now against Buffalo. It ain't gonna happen next week. They had already shifted.
I ain't gonna hold you. This is a game I'm going out for. It's certain games you got to be amongst the people.
Same.
In certain games you got to be in it. Like
So
certain
everyone's
box.
going Dolphins.
I'm going Dolphins.
Cowboys.
Fair enough. Leave him alone. Just let it ride. Let it ride. Game number 3, battle for Lesser Florida. Baker Mayfield making a bid for comeback player of the year. I mean, it's him or Jamar Hamlin, right?
His name getting thrown out is hilarious. I agree
Why?
with you. No, I agree. But he was quiet for like a minute though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a good season.
Because he
They're
was
in the
like
playoffs.
I agree.
he was
I
like
agree.
bouncing around. He had like that one stint with the Rams where they just threw him in
Right.
for one game.
After the Browns, he was all over.
I don't even remember the Panthers
Yeah,
thing.
he's with the Panthers.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was going everywhere. But I think this is a great system for him. I think what they have going down there is good. I don't know if they win this game.
You know what it is? It's the heat. Baker Mayfield, he's seeing like a Florida boy, honestly. Doesn't seem like he should be somewhere else.
Did you go to college in Florida?
No, Oklahoma.
Texas.
But I mean, like his whole
Oklahoma.
Still
thing-
south.
Yeah, exactly.
Still south.
Andrew, it's like the northern
Right.
Florida that seems like Baker
Yeah.
kind of shit.
Well,
Yeah.
he was always meant for the. I feel like when everyone saw him, remember at Oklahoma, he had the viral video with him dancing, and it was like, we obviously know who you hang around, Baker, because I mean,
Right.
your offensive line and the rest of the white boys in
Listen,
the locker room ain't
listen.
doing that. He was meant for the South.
Yeah.
Climate changes you. Dakari came in here.
Cultural climate changes you as well.
Apparently, Dakari came in here. Apparently, he was sitting perfectly.
Yeah,
So shout out to Canada. Shout out to the temperature dip. Look at him sitting amazingly.
it's a good sit.
That's a good sit.
Thank you. Good sit. I'm going Bucks in this one.
After all of that.
Yeah. No, I want to see the Baker Mayfield thing continue, and I obviously think it's going to be hilarious when the voters come back with this, because are you going to go with the person that's actually coming back and playing well, or do you just have to give it to DeMar Hamlin because he's still alive.
I will hold you. I going Jaguars by 3.
It's one of the best debates I got from Levitard's show. DeMar Hamlin got 1 tackle this year, but he came back to football after
He did.
we saw him die on the field.
He did. Shout out to him.
So is that the comeback player of the year or Baker Mayfield if he leads the Bucs to the playoffs?
I'm sorry. Like, listen, I get it.
Which one?
I get it. He almost dead. God bless.
He did. I think it counts.
You alive though, and you ain't that good. Like you alive, not doing well.
Yeah.
Maybe heaven. I know.
Heaven can wait. Harry, who you taking?
I gotta go with Lil Duval and the Jags.
I gotta go Jags.
He's got a great mask.
Yeah.
All for them now.
All right.
I think Jags by 3.
The next game that I didn't expect to be on this list, Browns versus the Texans, and I did not have either one of these teams making a playoff push. Browns favored by 2.5 on the road in this game. Why is Joe Flacco still around and why is this working?
Right.
Who had Joe Flacco coming back
Not
and
me.
having him leading the Browns
Not me.
into the playoffs? They got 9 wins.
This is insane. I thought he was done.
I thought Flacco was
How
home
old
for
is he now?
3 years. So old. I don't know. Flacco got to be pushing 40.
He gotta be my age
Maybe older.
and in my health, which ain't good. Like my knees ain't the best.
Is CJ Stroud playing?
And that's the thing. That's what we got to get
Injured,
to.
right.
So
Yeah.
CJ Stroud still in concussion protocol. So as of now, we don't know, but it looks like he's not going to play. In the press conference today, as we recorded this, reporter asked D'Amico Ryans if he was going to be available for the rest of the season. D'Amico Ryans got scared because he thought the reporter was breaking news saying he was done. And if you saw like the fear that washed over his eyes, he was like, "Wait, what you mean?" Because he didn't know. But yeah, I mean, obviously, this game hinges on whether CJ Stroud plays or not.
I feel like Joe Flacco's gonna no country for old men. This dude.
The thing about Flacco, I think, is that he is the same. And like he's taking more risk because he's old and he's almost at the end of his football journey. I also think this is an indictment on the Jets. And I know we can't curse in this segment because this Browns defense is as good as the Jets defense was probably last year. Maybe even better. Joe Flacco is saying that offensive line in New York was worse and that those skill position players in New York was worse.
Mm-hmm.
And the coaching in New York is worse.
He did complain about that, yeah.
Because he's playing better. I remember him in the last game of the season versus the Dolphins. It's like, this guy has no shot.
Mm-hmm.
No chance. And it's the same guy. He is reading the defenses and is probably just emboldened to be like, this is a flyer. I can't do any worse than what these guys are saying. I'm a veteran, and that's all it takes when a team is set up for success. And I don't want to play the Browns. I'll be honest with you.
Do y'all think he can like Kurt Warner this?
I'm wondering how good would the Browns be if they never invested in that Deshaun Watson fiasco in the first
It'd
place.
be amazing.
If they got to spend that money someplace else, because they overspent for him and it means absolutely nothing. Because even when he was in there and healthy, he was playing like trash.
Mm-hmm.
Flacco was playing way better.
So remember the Flacco season when the Ravens win the Super Bowl? You remember how they win?
Yeah.
Flacco,
Yeah, I remember that.
like 3 times a game, would just throw the ball deep.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Mhm.
You'd be like, oh, like, our offense isn't moving? Let me tell you what I could do. Throw it deep and pass it to France. When they played the Broncos, a game they should have lost to during that season, chuck the ball deep, instantly in field goal range. It's like, Joe Flacco did it again.
Yeah.
Overtime, and then the Ravens end up winning. This is what Flacco does, and it is a wild card going into the AFC playoffs, because what if Flacco decides, oh, I can just do this again, and just rely on this really good defense?
So nobody believes in Case Keenum is what we're saying.
No.
No.
No,
I
no,
don't.
no.
Oh
All right.
my God.
so
no. You crazy?
so Browns all around.
Browns.
Sweep it.
Browns
on the road.
Browns.
All right.
Browns.
Christmas Day, our one game on Christmas Day, because we will be recovering.
So
from the
thankful
Dolphins
it's not us.
beating the
Right.
Cowboys.
Because even like
is
no
a
matter
good
what
one,
happens
though.
in that Dolphin game, I will be recovered. Not emotionally, but like at least I'll have Christmas.
Y'all gonna be so stressed out for that game. You don't be stressed out for Christmas.
Christmas Day is a
No,
good
it happened
one,
last
though.
year.
Exactly.
To a concussion, out for the year.
I remember that.
Oh yes, you do.
I was by y'all. Go on, pardon me.
Ravens versus 49ers. Game
This
of
is a
the
game.
week, possibly
Wait, this Christmas
game of
Day?
the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This a game.
God
49ers favored
Wait,
by
what time?
49ers favored
What
by
time?
5.5. The NFL is obviously coming for the NBA's corner on Christmas Day. Like,
Prime time?
yeah, they ain't messing around with this one.
You got to make a liquor store run.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So for me, when I just see these uniforms, you can't separate it from Hardball Bowl. from we just mentioned
Yeah.
the Joe
Oh,
Flacco,
yeah.
but that goes to show you how long Joe Flacco just been around.
Yeah.
Because Joe Flacco was in that game balling and is still here.
So we need Beyonce and we need someone to turn off the lights during the game.
Kaepernick is gone. The other Harbaugh brother is gone. You know who's just hanging around? Flacco.
He's my age. I'm gonna be 42 next week.
Got gray hair.
He looks old. He looks old.
I'm
He
afraid
is.
of this man.
You should be.
I do not want to play him.
You should be.
So what? So Ravens 49ers, Christian McCaffrey, odds-on favorite right now to win MVP. I mean, even though Brock Purdy's playing amazing, but I think it's obvious that Christian McCaffrey is the catalyst behind what
That boy-
49ers
that boy is
offense
playing.
defense does.
That boy is playing. You hear me?
Yeah.
I'm still going Ravens though.
You know, he's the reason why, and we'll get to that in another podcast, but he's the reason why a certain demographic feels like they would win the.
Oh, I saw that all over on Twitter.
Game.
Yo.
we're gonna save the bars, save the bars. But for this game, both of these teams obviously incredible defenses. 49ers seem virtually unstoppable when they are healthy. We haven't seen anyone really slow them down other than their players just not being on the field. But I go with Lamar Jackson until Lamar Jackson can't go anymore. I'm going Ravens
Have the 49ers dealt with
to win outright.
Have the 49ers dealt with a QB like Lamar though? I don't think they
Yes.
have.
Hurts.
He's not like Lamar.
Okay.
Lamar has the pedigree of Vic.
So listen.
With size, pause.
Listen, Donald Trump just got told
this
that
going?
he can't be in the ballot in Colorado.
Where's this?
Can't be on the ballot in Colorado.
What is happening?
Nick Bosa,
Let's follow
the
him.
defensive end for the San Francisco 49ers.
Very MAGA.
Very MAGA.
Yeah.
And he has a run. They showed a graphic that Nick Bosa gets to play like 4 black quarterbacks in a row. He's going to be so fired up in these games. Going up against Lamar Jackson on Christmas Day, I'm sure Fox News is going to run a story about how they're trying to kill Christmas. And Nick Bosa is going to watch it and be like, not on my watch.
Nick Bosa's gonna do something
Wearing
really
red. And this 49ers team, like I said, I told some Bills fans, like, I don't even know what we're arguing for. 49ers just look like the best team when everyone play.
Yeah.
Maybe someone gets injured in the game and then they don't win the game, sure. But I have to go with what I think is the best team. And I just think the 49ers are going to get it done.
He did all of that because we said black quarterback, you know. He tried to qualify it as best he could to be like,
Debo Samuel is the most we used to do podcasts, and I used to do podcasts with Nal. Used to talk about Debo. Be like, Debo's the best football player in the world. He just looks like the most football.
No, he is.
And he plays like the most football.
He
Right.
plays.
Could you imagine him and Isaiah Pacheco on the same team?
No,
No.
but the thing about what makes the 49ers great is they have like 19 of those guys.
yeah,
Exactly.
They-
Fred Warner, an
Yeah.
alien.
their defense is the Justice League. Shut
not
up.
not
They're
a
the
human
Justice League.
person.
Like the animated version.
I told the wrong person to shut up. I made
Right.
a mistake.
All right,
I
so
made a mistake.
I was
so take our advice, find a way to wager. However you wager, go make some money. When you make that money, download and activate the Focal Smart Pass app. Spend $20 in fuel at any Shell service station until December 22nd and enter for your chance to win a trip to watch our Dolphins take on the Buffalo Bills in what may be the most meaningful game of the season, Sunday, January 7th
You want me
at
to pick
Hard
that
Rock
game?
Stadium.
This is so biased. This is so biased. A little biased.
They knew what they was getting when they came to us.